There's a huge misconception currently going around about the Baltimore Ravens where a lot of people are perceiving them to be cheap, crazy, right? But no, Warren Sharp, he tweeted this out the other day, and it had a lot of Ravens fans feeling upset like, oh man, see, we suck, this is why we terrible, our offensive line is so bad, it's this and that and the third. But he tweeted, the most expensive offensive lines in 2025. So this upcoming season right here, right now, before the draft. And at the top of the list, Panthers, Chiefs, Giants, Bears. Where the Ravens at, though? Where were they? Well, they were all the way at the bottom at 32, being the cheapest offensive line in the NFL. And when I saw that, I said, wow. But then I saw all the outrage from Ravens fans like, I hate it. Wow, we are at the bottom. But I said, whoa. Context is super important because you look at the Baltimore Ravens offensive line. Look at left tackle Ronnie Stanley getting paid $20 million per year. That ain't cheap, my friends. It's really not. Now, and it's actually a steal, especially if Ronnie Stanley stays healthy, which we hope, and we know that he will. We know Ronnie Stanley is going to earn more than his contract worth. But anyway, Ronnie Stanley, he's getting paid. But then you look at the left guard position. It's Andrew Voorhees, who was like, a 6th, 7th round pick, and Ben Cleveland, who is on a deal with no guarantees. So that's going to be crazy cheap. But then you move over again another spot. Look at our guy Tyler Linderbaum. Is he getting paid crazy money yet? No, because he's on his rookie contract, and he's been amazing. So he just finished, his 3rd year? So he's going to get paid. And, these numbers are going to go up very, very soon once a guy Linderbaum gets paid. But he's still on his rookie contract. So that's why he remains to be cheap for now. Then you move over another spot to our Pro Bowler. Our Pro Bowl right guard, Daniel Falele. And what was he, a 4th round pick from a couple of years ago? So while he's in the last year of his deal, he's still on his rookie deal. So again, that's why it's still so cheap. And then you move over one more spot to the right tackle, and it's 2nd year tackle Roger Rosengarten. And he is obviously on his rookie deal, just heading into the 2nd year of it. So when I saw a lot of Ravens fans and getting upset over this, I'm like, hold up, are we really lacking the context here? Because we know, technically, our offensive line, it is cheap, but it ain't like we getting bad production. We got some ballers on there, especially at left tackle when he's healthy. At center, our guy Linda Flynn and Roger Rosengarten. We got to get the guard situation worked out. We got to get that taken care of. Hopefully, Daniel Falele takes another step because we know that he's a starter. Y'all know that he's a starter. We all know that he's going to be the starter. But at left guard, there's some question marks there. Now, the cheapness or the low salaries of our offensive line, it's not going to dramatically increase this year, even if Linda Flynn gets a deal. Because the most that they will do will add another veteran for the left guard spot, possibly, or even for the right guard spot. They could add some rookies all across the offensive line, but it's not going to make them, go up to the top 10 and most expensive offensive lines. But at the same time, I just wanted to clear it up because just because they are at the bottom, it does not mean that that's necessarily a bad thing or there's a lack of investment there. That's why context was super, super important. And one thing, too, Eric DaCosta, during his pre-draft presser, he let it be known that he saw that. Because he talked about it, he said, I saw some stat that we were ranked at the bottom of the NFL for offensive. Eric, you do be watching Twitter. Shout out to Lacey DaCosta. I know she obviously be on Twitter, but Eric DaCosta, I know you got them burner accounts out there, my friend. You, John Harbaugh, all of y'all, all of them Ravens officials and front office, they all got burner accounts out there watching because they've been letting us know this stuff a long time ago too. They let us know this stuff throughout the year. For example, thing I can think of off the top of my head, when Hollywood Brown, what's the point of having soldiers if you ain't going to use them? And Harbaugh said, I told him to take that tweet down. I told him to take it down. How'd you see that tweet, Mr. Harbaugh? Exactly. But the offensive line being at the bottom of this list it's not a bad thing It's not a great thing. It's just, it is what it is. But when you look at the whole picture, you realize, oh, okay, it ain't so bad. So now we reach my favorite part of these videos where we get to feature your questions. If you'd like to take part in it, you can send an email to teamkeepitclean@gmail.com, or for the Team Keep It Clean patrons. And if you would like to become one, you can go to patreon.com/Ingravenvids. You can send your question in the DM on there. First question came from my guy, Deadshot Gaming. He said, yo, Ingraven, what's up, man? It's me, James. What's up, James? How you doing, man? He said, it's been a while. Haven't sent a message since after we lost in the divisional round. It just crushed me. And then my favorite college basketball team lost, and it crushed me too. That's tough. That's the thing about sports. They're so fun and they're the best when your team is winning. You're like, yeah. And then when your team loses, it's like, ooh. Especially in playoffs. Oh, it's the worst. Like a regular season loss, they annoying, especially them frustrating losses where you're like, man, y'all could have just done this. Why didn't y'all do that? Why didn't you fix that? But playoffs, it's like, oof, yeah. Anyway, he said, well, I have been still watching all your videos and always love your content. I appreciate that. Thank you. Because stuff slowed down a lot. A lot of people have been like, you know what? No, I ain't watch, but I appreciate you seriously, man. He said, love all the moves we have made this offseason with re-signing Ronnie Stanley, signing D-Hop, and excited to see what we're going to do in the draft. Overall, I've been doing great. Trusting God's plan and everything is going great. Just thankful for a lot and thankful to God and my family and team. Keep it clean. That's grateful, man. That's great to hear how grateful you are, because it's important. It's really important. We all got a million different things that we could complain about, and we be complaining. All of us be complaining every now and then, but it's important to be grateful about everything, because when you think about it, each of our individual situations, it can always be worse. It could always be worse. Sometimes it gets worse before it gets better, and that's one of the most annoying parts, but being grateful is a great thing, so I appreciate you sharing that. He said, so it's been a bit, but I have a few questions for you. My first question is, who would you want the Ravens to draft with the first pick, and do you see us potentially trading up to get somebody? I've seen a lot of mock drafts with us getting Malachi Starks, Nick Emenwari, Tyler Booker, James Pierce Jr., Shamar Stewart, Donovan, Derek Harmon, or maybe even Mike Green potentially falling to us. Just wanted to hear your thoughts on what position is the biggest need, and out of those guys, who should we take? Well, as far as the biggest need, I think a lot depends on what happens with Ardarius Washington. But I still think defensive line. I do still think defensive line. Offense and defensive line, you can never go wrong. You can never have enough of those guys. But I'm still going defensive line. He said, my next question is, do you see us making a big move on draft day, maybe going after a superstar pass rusher? I love having Adafe Away and Calvin Noy, but we still don't know what their future holds. And Calvin Noy has had an amazing season with us, but he is going to retire soon. Well, he ain't say that. But anyway, he said Adafe is getting better with that after having a 10-sack season, but he's on his final year. We haven't seen the best out of David Ojabo and Adisa Isaac, so the future ain't looking bright at that position spot. It's either go sign a veteran pass rusher, draft a pass rusher, or go trade for one. Just wanted to hear your thoughts. Could do all the above. With Adafe Away and Kyle Vanoy, last year's of their deals, they'll probably keep both of them, but anything is possible. David Ojabo, I don't think he'll be around this year. I think they may move on from him, but it's just a lot of unknowns. You still got Tavius Robinson to Adisa Isaac, like you mentioned, so I don't still see them signing a veteran. Now, if they were to acquire somebody, depending on who they acquired, then you could see somebody possibly getting shipped off. Still most likely David Ojabo. With Adafe Away, we'll see if the Ravens are willing to pay him. I don't think they are right now. I think they still want to see more consistency from him. So this is his fifth year. So we'll see how he does this year, and I really hope that he makes it tough on them. Puts them in a tough position at the end of this year. He said, my last question is, do you think D-Hop will do better with us than what OBJ did? I do, because the offense as a whole, they've taken another huge leap forward. Lamar Jackson, he's taken another huge leap forward. And just the Baltimore Ravens, when it comes to making weapons out of their own guys, they've taken a huge leap forward. So somebody who's already established and also has a lot less pressure on him. Like I feel with OBJ, he had a lot more pressure than DeAndre Hopkins did. Because with OBJ, we ain't have Zay Flowers. He was a rookie. Well, we ain't have him when we signed OBJ, but then we obviously drafted him, but he was a rookie, so we ain't know what we was getting out of him. Rashad Bateman, he was still trying to figure it out. This was a brand new offense, so there was a lot more pressure, in my opinion, on an Odell Beckham Jr. than there will be on a DeAndre Hopkins, because Ravens are just in a completely different state. He said OBJ did decent for us, but we paid him a little too much. They needed to keep Lamar. That was the only way. Lamar said, hey, he said either OBJ or DeAndre Hopkins. They went and paid OBJ. They did. Did they overpay him? Yeah, they did. But it wasn't no overpay in order for you to keep the best quarterback in the game. He said, I think D-Hop still has it. We finally got that deep ball guy. D-Hop ain't really no deep ball guy like that. I mean, he can't, but I still think he will do good, and we got him for cheap. Love seeing our wide receiver core look great. I agree with that part. He said, hey, man, thanks for all you do. And you are the best. Oh, no, we definitely ain't the best at all, but I appreciate you. He said, same to everybody who's a part of Team Keep It Clean and Ravens flock. God bless all of you and hope you and the family are doing great. Ingravenvids, same to everybody else. Let's go Ravens and have an amazing time, everybody. Hey, I appreciate that a lot, James. Thank you, my friend. Next question came from my guy, Oreo Cookie. And he said, hey, Ingraven, just wanted to show you what I look like at 17 versus now. And feel free to show people as motivation to anything. And shout out to my guy, because I know my guy Oreo Cookie, he had hit us up a while back, just saying that he was going to start trying to lose some weight. He was going to start trying to lose some weight. And I'm like, all right, cool. So he'll give us updates. He's like, oh, I'm down 30 pounds. I'm down 50 pounds. And I'm like, that's a lot of weight to lose. That's a lot of weight to be losing. But he just kept going. Then at one point, he's like, I'm down 150 pounds. I'm like, man, this dude like really like consistent, man. And that's real deal. And from the pictures that you're seeing, you see that how real that consistency was. So Oreo Cookie, we appreciate you. Appreciate you sharing this. Appreciate you being willing to share this. Appreciate you like showing everybody like, hey, it can be done.